This is the only video you need for your comeback in 2025. What's up, guys? My name is Aryaman Utkarsh Gangwar, and I'm one of those guys who actually believe that every one of you has a lot of potential, and I feel that you guys can make a comeback in 2025, and I'm gonna help you with that. I'm gonna try my best to explain whatever I want to, plain words, and let me know in the comment box if you guys have any questions about this video, because it's going to be really realistic and logical, and I'm going to walk you through a lot of steps of how to make that comeback in 2025, because we have been waiting for you. Anyways, yeah, let's get into it. So onto the tablet we go. Like to back 2025. Zoom it a little bit so that you guys can see it. Excuse me for my writing, okay? If you guys think that at any point of time my writing is not up to the mark, please forgive me for that. But yeah, so let's start. Point one that we want to do for this comeback is plan. Now, what I mean to say by plan is that write down the things that you want to do, the things that you want to succeed, and write down what you want to do, like at 31st December 2025, when it ends. I want you to go back to these plans, and I want you to, think about how far you've come and how many of these objectives you were able to complete. And why am I telling you to do this is because the first step of doing anything or starting anything would be to first write it down in plain words. And why am I trying to do this is because the amount of clarity that you'll have starting before is going to be really important when you're on that journey of that comeback. Because a lot of times you would actually forget what your objective was, or it would be a little hazy, it would be unclear, and it's really important. So sorry about that. So what I mean to say is that if you write these concepts, like for example, if this video is watched by a student or a college student, he feels that he needs to get his grade up, so you're just going to plainly write that, okay, I get my GPA so and so, or maybe I become top 10 in my class. That's just a basic idea. You know what I'm trying to say? If you're a sportsman, you'll say that, okay, I'm going to score these many runs. If you're playing cricket, if you're a doctor, or if you're like a college student, you're going to try that, I'm going to try to get this much GPA. I'm going to do all the projects that I've been given. If you're a working professional, you're going to think that, okay, if I'm lacking in the fitness part of my life, I'm going to go to the gym 4 days a week, every week for the rest of the year, or maybe I'm gonna reach these many sales target. If you're a businessman, you're gonna think of it in a way that, okay, I'm gonna get my revenue to this point, so and so X. I'm gonna get the amount of money that I'm gonna invest is gonna be so and so. And why am I doing this? Like I said before, if you write these kind of things down, you're going to get sort of a clarity, okay, where I am right now and where I want to reach by the end of 2025. And it's really important to do this, okay? So make sure if you're going by this video, if you're following the steps that I'm trying to tell you guys to do, trust me, 2025 is going to be your year. Trust me. I have done this. And 2024, 2023, 2022 has been my years. Not in the sense that I'm the greatest of all time, or maybe I'm like really ahead in life. No, I'm not saying that. What I'm trying to say is that these kind of things have worked for me, and I want you guys to do the same, and I want you guys to succeed in life. That is the goal of this channel. That is the goal of this entire video that I'm making, and I want you guys to do well in life. And maybe you guys don't have that kind of a motivation booster in your life, because you're maybe a person who's not motivated, but you need some kind of a realistic explanation in life. So yeah, that's where I come in. Okay, number two, since we have already done the planning, we want to see our current status. Current status in this saying is that whatever objective I've written here and versus where I am now. Where am I? Okay, let me give you a good explanation. Okay, so if I say that my GPA wants to be 8.5 or 9 this semester, and let's say if I am at 7.8 or 7.6 right now, I'm lacking this much. Or for example, going to the next slide, I want to get my sales up to 100k, and right now I'm at like, let's say 50-60k. I still have a deficit of 50k to cover up. So somewhat like this, you know, you need to know where you are right now. Where you are right now is that's where you'll realize how much progress and how much hard work you're going to have to do. And when I try to say this, I'm not trying to explain to you that, oh my God, you're a piece of shit and you're so back in life. No, that's not my context. See, a lot of people become billionaires when they're 18. A lot of people become billionaires when they're 75. Remember that. KFC's owner or the founder became rich when he was like very old, in like 60 or 70. I'm not too sure about the figure, but yeah, his money came in late when he was like really down in life. And there are people who've reached greatness in 16 or 18. My point of explaining this to you is that you have to start today. The idea of starting today is one of the most powerful things that you can do in these 24 hours that you've been given. The point of time you're watching this video. It's more important to start. If you don't start, where the fuck are you gonna go? Excuse me for my language, but yeah. So where you are right now. For example, let's say if I take my example, I want to clear all my levels of CFA. That's my goal, right? Where am I right now? I've cleared 2 levels. I got 1 more to go. Why am I writing this? Because I want to see that, okay, I have achieved this much in life and I have 1 more to go. Why? Because I get that feeling of, okay, I'm here so far. I want to get to like a point X to point Y. So if you don't know where point X is, how the fuck are you going to reach point Y? That's how easy it is, guys. Now, point 3. Now that we know where we are and where we want to go, we have to plan it out. And trust me, stop being overly optimistic about your potentials. Okay? You have to write down a very realistic number or effort or hours in this point. This point is one of the most crucial ones. How much effort do I need? Let's say, like I said, my revenue is 50. My target is 100. That does not mean that I'm going to cover this in the next month. That's totally unrealistic, and you're one of the dumbest person if you're going to do that. Try to make a time frame. Time frame is one of the most important things, because listen to me. Any goal that has to be achieved this year has to have a time frame. That, okay, I'm going to do this in 7 months, 8 months. And then you got to break it down into small pieces. Okay, what we're going to do is that we have a very big object. That's our goal. We're going to slowly break it down into small areas so that we could pick this, this brick by brick, brick by brick, brick by brick. That's all we say. We say that we want to build this brick by brick. That's all you have to do. 1 day at a time, guys. So, for example, like I'm going to give a really realistic example, because I feel that most of the people that are watching this video are students, and maybe they're lacking behind in academics or sports or something. So let's say my CGP is 7.5, right? And I want to reach 9. Let's say kind of an optimistic. Now, if I tell you to boost this to here in 1 semester, you're going to say, are you stupid? Are you insane? Are you one of the most stupid guys I've ever met? That's not what I'm trying to tell you guys. What I'm trying to tell you is that you get from 7.5 to 8 first. 8 to 8.5. 8.5 to 9. You could do this, but then that's what I'm saying. If you have, or you feel, or if you believe you have that kind of potential that you can reach to this in 1 semester, I don't know how that works. I don't know. Most probably it's not possible. But if it is, be my guest. Then you want to plan it that way. But if you're like this, okay, like I want to get a gradual start, okay, I'm going to get from 7.5 to 8, 8 to 8.5, 8.5 to 9. That's how you plan this journey. Because planning is really important. What was our first point, guys? Planning is everything. If you want to do something in life or you want to achieve something, if you plan everything ahead and you already have like a map, okay, for example, this is your treasure, right? You want to reach this treasure. If you already have a roadmap of how to go, how to reach this, you're already 60% done. 40% is the execution. 60% planning, 40% execution. That's all you have to do. So yeah, working on the 60% plan. So goal, how are we? First of all, we're going to plan what's our objective. Second of all, how far am I? Point 3, plan. Where am I? How am I going to get there? How do I build a road that takes me to my goal? Excuse me. So, okay. So for example, 7.5 to 8, how am I going to reach it? Okay. I see, break it down. 7.5 to 8. Okay. I got 6 subjects. Okay. I want to score this much and this many. I feel that one of the subject is a little slow for me, or maybe I don't have the amount of fundamentals that are required for this subject, or maybe I'm lagging behind, or maybe the teacher is dumb, or maybe that I'm not able to understand what the fuck is going on. You have to point out your weaknesses. You got to find out the weaknesses everywhere. Okay, there are 2 subjects that I'm going to get A because I'm way too good at it. These are my strengths. We never focus on the strengths, because strength is something that you're going to excel. You're not going to put in like a lot of effort here. What matters is this weakness. These are the obstacles that you're going to face when you're going into the road. Think of it as that way, that, okay, I'm trying to walk and there's a 50-foot mud box here. And how am I going to proceed with this? And a lot of times when you're walking down a road, you're not going to find it in a linear nature. You're never going to find a linear nature road. Every time there's going to be some wobbles. There's going to be, it's kind of a, what's the beauty of life is that it is so random in nature that maybe that's the fun of it. Maybe the fun part of life is its random nature. You don't know where you're going to be in the next 10 months. You have no idea what's going to happen to you in the next month. And maybe that's the beauty of it. So yeah, a little sidetrack, sorry about that. But yeah, how am I going to reach how many obstacles I'm going to face? Find out the obstacles that, okay, for example, now I'm going to take it into a business perspective. Okay, I got my revenues. I want to reach it from 50 to 100. What's the weakness? The weakness is that maybe I don't have a good sales team. Maybe I need to work on their communication. Maybe the fact that I don't have enough inventory to cater to these many sales. Maybe the fact is that I don't have enough marketing. So I'm just trying to give you a very, very vague idea. Because if a professional is watching this, you guys have more idea than me. So for me, breaking it down is much more important. And I think you guys can handle the macros. I think that almost all people that are watching this video already know the micros, but they don't know how to focus on them. And I'm going to help you with that, right? After this, since we already know the weaknesses, now we're going to plan out how am I going to work on these ones. Subject or a management subject, that's your weakness. For example, one of the hardest subjects, because I don't know what the fuck was going on half of the time in the class because I didn't have the base. A lot of my friends that were working with me, they already had a commerce background, so they knew half of the things that were going on. For a management student who is actually a PCM one in the background, is going to face a lot of challenges. So for me, my plan was you have to put in extra effort in these weaknesses. Remember that regardless of whatever your weakness is, whatever your area is, weaknesses will require a lot of effort. And you have to realize what your weakness is. Analyzing is really important. Be realistic, guys. There's no need to be really optimistic, be delusional that, oh my God, I'm going to do this, do that. No, be realistic. Be true to yourself. Don't be true to me. I don't care. Neither do you. You don't care about what's going to happen to me or what do I have a plan about. No, you don't. What you care about is your parents, you, your girlfriend or your friend, whatever that is. That's all you care about. You have a limited amount of caring in your world. So care about the fact that what are you lacking in this world? What is your weakness? Maybe your weakness is you can't focus on 8 hours a day. You cannot work 8 hours a day. You're way too distracted. You don't have that much in you. And I understand. That's fine. What are you going to do about it? You're going to break it down. Like I said, two. At least you can study 2 hours a day. Please don't tell me you can't study 2 hours a day if you don't. I'm going to make a video about this. Maybe later on. Okay. Analyzing weaknesses. Once we're done analyzing the weakness, we already have a plan on how to work on it. I'm going to tell you one more important thing. This is about sticking. I don't know which point it is. Ignore, it's not it. Sticking. This is the hardest thing to do. And I know I've been there. I've been in those down and out times where, oh my God, I wanted to give up. Oh my God, I wanted to just make it stop. And I understand, guys. Sticking to one plan is one of the most monotonous, dull thing in your entire life. Because in these times is where you're challenged. You're challenged by God or you're challenged by the journey itself. You have to realize that sticking to a plan and following it every day is one of the hardest things to do. How to do it? I'm going to probably make another video about it because it's going to take a billion years. But what I'll say right now is whenever you're feeling demotivated, once you're making this, okay, like once you're making all of these points that I'm telling you, open it and read the first line. What was the first line? The objective. Now, trust me, a lot of times whenever you're doing something and you're going to feel down and you're going to be like, fuck it, I'm not going to do it. It's so boring. I feel that I'm better off. I'm happy with an 80, not an 100. I'm fine with 7.8. It does not matter. I'm better off. I have more important things to do. What do you do, bro? You have to understand that success or comeback is not at all about reaching close to the goal. It's about reaching the goal. And trust me, if you try to follow this, if you can keep up with it, the amount of self-satisfaction and confidence that you're going to get is much more important than the goal itself. I'm going to tell you guys, the first time when I started off, I had no confidence in me at all. I wouldn't even be able to talk to the camera like I'm doing right now. I never had that confidence in me. Here I am, I guess. But my point is right now is do it for yourself. Your mom and dad are going to die one day. Your mom and dad are not going to be there at one point in time. They're not going to stick there forever. Maybe they can support you, but what about you? My question is to you. I care about you. What are you going to do with your life? What do you want to do? Is one of the biggest questions people have failed to answer. They spent so many years trying to figure out what they want to do. And that's where you guys are going to be one step ahead because you guys are watching this video. You guys are going to realize, oh my God, yeah, this guy is speaking most realistic things, but I didn't have a clear pathway and I'm trying to make that pathway for you. So sticking. Read that objective again. Think about that objective. Even if you don't reach that goal, remember why you started. Remember why do you want to do it. Remember where you want to be in life. And once you reach that, there is no stopping you, man. There is no stopping you. Trust me. Once you start getting that taste of success,
you can be stopped. You wouldn't even be watching me, to be really honest. Once you start feeling success, it's just gonna be a self machine that's gonna just keep on working. Every single car needs a push, and I'm providing you that push. Once you're on that automation mode, you're gonna do so well in life, you wouldn't even need me. Trust me, you wouldn't even need me. But till that point to reach, you need my help to get that car running on and get it to an automated mode. You need that success. Trust me, you need that success. You need that success for yourself, for your confidence, for your parents. And trust me, the amount of satisfaction that you're going to get will be much more important than the goal itself. I keep saying this. Anyways, yeah, sticking. Discipline, one of the hardest things in the world, but you just have to accept that. You just have to accept that it's one of the hardest things to do. I'm pretty sure 90% of the people that are watching this video are going to fail in the first month. I know that. But that does not mean that I'm going to stop making the video, because I care about those 10%, the 10% people that are actually going to follow this mantra that I'm trying to give you, this idea of having a clear picture in your brain, of doing something that you want to do in 2025. Stick to it. Be disciplined. And I'm 100% sure once we meet on December 31, 2025, maybe I'll see a comment section long time ahead that says that I followed your mantra and I am able to reach, or I reached where I started off. Sticking is the hardest thing. That's why I kept it for the last. But trust me, guys, you can do it. 25 is going to be your year. I believe in you. If someone hasn't said this before, you are enough. You got this. You have to believe in yourself. I believe in you, and I'm a fucking stranger because I know how much potential you carry. And you have to believe in yourself. The stronger you start believing in yourself, the easier it's going to get, guys. Trust me. Just take your time. Take your time. Plan this out. Start taking things break by break. Break by break. Break by break. Break by break. That's all you have to do. And let me know if you guys need any help with any point that I just mentioned. Trust me. I'll be there. I'm going to see the comment boxes. If you guys need any help, let me know. That's it for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I hope I was able to help you guys with something, at least. And those who are sticking to it, I believe in you guys. Come on. 2025 is going to be our year. We're going to fucking conquer a lot of things. And we're going to meet on December 31 with the goal that you guys have finished and you guys have achieved. I'll see you in the next one.